Be blessed by the divine. I have predicted yesterday that the stock market is likely to open gap down. And that's exactly what happened today. And then we also knew that it was not going to be a big bearish day, but uh, the Trump Bhagavatar news, we had no idea how it was going to affect the market. I hope you saw how the market came true. May the Almighty force and our Guru protect us, guide us, lead us, support us day and night at all times, in all places, and in all our duties. Today, this is the chart that we saw at 9:15 a.m. Moon was within 2 degree 32 degree minutes. Moon is at 24:43 in Taurus. Jupiter at 22:11 in Taurus. The difference is around 2 degree 32 degree minutes. If Moon is within 3 degree 20 degree minutes of any planet other than Sun. Okay, Sun has a 640 degree. This is called as the orb rule. Invariably, I will say about 80% of the time, market will be sluggish or bearish. Sluggish in the sense sloppy, it could go up, but then it struggle to go up, or it may remain as it is. It's not likely to really jump up significantly. So this is true about 80% of the time. I'll show you some more examples for you to understand. Let's take 28th of March 2025. Moon is very close to Saturn, but not within 3 degree 20 degree minutes. Saturn, Moon at 25:25 in Aquarius. Saturn at 29:54 in Aquarius. The difference is, so this is more than 320, not conjoined. Okay, fair enough. This is at 9:15 in the morning. The market was not conjoined. So let's go to 28th of March. Let's take the 1 hour chart on 28th of March, 1 hour chart. So this is the 1 hour chart on 28th of March at around 9:15. The market opened 76, 77 points down, then went back and recovered most of it. Around 12:15, it fell by 100 points. And then it attempted to recover, and finally it closed at around 23,495. So this is very interesting that we are seeing something like this. Now around 12:15 the market fell. Overall, 28th of March, market fell by around 73 points. Why did it fall after 12:15? 12 o'clock, 12:15 or so. Now you will find that around noon, Moon became conjoined with Saturn. Saturn is at 29:55. Moon is at 27:16. Now the difference is only 2 degree 39 minutes. Now this is less than 320. It is conjunction. Market fell down. It was not a major fall, but still it was a minor fall. Okay, let's take one more example. Let's take 28th of February 2025. Amavasya. Sun and moon are conjoined with each other within 3 degree 20 minutes. Morning itself it started. Let's go to 28th of February. There you go. This is the 28th of February candle. Do you see that? So I have studied data like this for years, and therefore I have come to a conclusion that it doesn't happen all the time, but clearly it happens several times when moon is conjoined with a planet. Invariably, the market is bearish. This day, 28th of February 2025, the market fell by 420 points, 1.86% it fell. So I can keep showing data like this in the past, and I can show you that several times we have seen whenever moon is conjoined with a planet, market invariably is sluggish or bearish. Does it happen 100% of the time? No, it doesn't happen because there are many planets in conjunction for us. Many planets are aspecting each other. So it's important to understand how the planets will behave from time to time. Okay, the market right now closed 3:30. It closed. Okay, let's change the timing to 3:15, 3:30 p.m. today. Where is Moon? Moon has moved away from Jupiter. Morning itself, it started moving away. Within an hour or so, it moved significantly away from the market. Okay, the today, of course, the market has been extremely sluggish. So we take a look at this. It opened at 23,150. Yesterday's closure was 23,332. So there is a good 200 point fall. It opened with a 200 point fall, but it recovered some amount of it. But still, the market is about 82 points lower than what it closed yesterday. There has been a good buying support from I'm sure the Indian domestic institutions have several crores, several thousand crores, thanks to all the SIP money and all the mutual funds. The common man, hard earned money of you and everyone else has gone into the market. It has protected the Indian stock market from the massive bloodbath that was anticipated due to Trump's tariff. Every other market seems to have fallen. It's going to be interesting to see how Dow Jones and S&P and everything else going to behave tonight. The announcement came after the market got closed yesterday, but the futures, Dow futures and S&P futures, all futures took a massive hit last night. So we have no idea how the market in the US is going to behave today. Asian markets were down, European markets are down, Chinese market was down, but Indian market only barely went down by 82 points. So this could be a sign of things to happen. Okay, astrologically though, things are going to get better because by 7th of April, Mercury will come out of retrogradation. By 14th of April, Venus will come out of retrogradation and planets will start to move away from each other. This five planets, the four planets that are closely conjoined with each other, will slowly release itself away from each other. It'll take some time. It'll take at least another about a month or so from today for Venus to get out of Rahu and Saturn conjunction. So it is going to be pretty sluggish, especially in the US market for some more time because Venus is the ruler of the US market. Mars is the ruler of Indian market. I had mentioned yesterday in the class that Mars in Punarvasu Nakshatra is reasonably favorable to the Indian stock market. Jupiter in Taurus is also favorable for the Indian stock market. Most importantly, Moon in Mrigashira Nakshatra today is very highly favorable for the Indian market. The conjunction of these planets, never seen before in the Indian stock market, was unpredictable. And Moon and Jupiter conjunction, we knew was going to make the market open a little lower, but eventually the market recovered thanks to Moon in Mrigashira Nakshatra, and Mars is the ruler of Mrigashira Nakshatra, and Mars itself is favorably placed in Punarvasu Nakshatra, and Jupiter itself is in Rohini Nakshatra, owned by Moon. So these three planets made sure that the Indian stock market survived. Three of the most important planets that rule the Indian stock market. However, we will need to be a little careful because the market is not going to be super bullish because of this. I don't know how the market is going to behave. There has been no prior analysis of this. Indian stock market we have never seen a planet parade like this in the past, so we have no idea how this is going to behave. However, we know that the Jupiter is going to be highly beneficial as long as Mars in the next few days will move out of Punarvasu into Pushya Nakshatra. Pushya is also somewhat favorable, not highly favorable. These two planets are favorable, and Moon will move tomorrow morning into Gemini. So let's see tomorrow morning, 4th of April at 9:15 a.m. Moon will be in Arudra Nakshatra. However, Rahu is in the grip of three different planets. Two of them are retrograde. Usually, Moon in Rahu Nakshatra, market will either zoom down badly or zoom up badly. We have seen, of course, Jupiter is highly beneficial, Mars is bullish tomorrow, but we have no idea how Rahu is going to behave tomorrow. So watch and trade very carefully. Let's just quickly understand technically how the market is looking like. And we are seeing a very interesting trend right here. We are seeing the short-term average is moving up. The long-term average is pretty much flat. So hopefully tomorrow we could see a golden crossover. If we see golden crossover, then we of course need to look at the ADX. Let's look at the ADX also. I do DMI. ADX is part of the DMI. We know that. Okay. So we will take, we don't want DX, we don't want ADXR. And the blue line is positive DI, the orange line is negative DI, and the pink line is the ADX. Okay, so we are seeing the ADX today at around 25.5162, which means that there is no, sorry, it is around 24.4770. So it is barely in the no trade zone for us. 20 to 25 is an undecided zone. And the positive DI is at 26,750. That's bullish. The negative DI is going down at 21,465, which is not bad for us. Ideally, we want the negative DI to be less than 20, positive DI to be more than 25, and the ADX to be more than 25. for us, and we would like to see a golden crossover. If these three things happen, then it is going to be Doom Dhamaka celebration in the Indian stock market, and we can see a bullish recovery and a sustained recovery happening with two more planets coming out of retrograde in the next about 12 days. One is Mercury in the next 3 days, 4 days, 7th of April, and Venus by 15th of April. I do think that there is going to be some amount of recovery that we can expect. But however, there is not going to be the massive bull run that we have seen for the last about 3 years, 2.5 years in the stock market until 27th of September 2024, going to return to Indian stock market in the next about 2 to 3 years, particularly in the next 1.5 years. I expect Nifty to get stuck somewhere between 22,000 to around 26,000. So it's a 20% um, range that I'm expecting the market to stick around with. Whenever you enter, when the market is around 22,000, you can be reasonably assured of a good bull run. And when you enter around 25, 26, chances are you are not going to make money in Nifty Bs or any other stock. So watch out for it and trade carefully. All the very best to you. I hope this is useful and we got one more prediction through today. And I do hope that we will continue to get more and more of our predictions true going forward. And I will keep updating you whether whenever we make progress in my research. And I hope you all enjoy and succeed and find innovative and creative ways to protect your capital and multiply your capital and achieve financial freedom. Please talk to an investment advisor before taking any investment decision. Now, this information is purely for educational and research purposes only. Any questions any of you have? You can feel free to raise your hands or you can put a message in the chat box. I'm happy to answer them. Saturn pre-retrograde, Amit Jingran, your question is valid. Saturn, the pre-shadow period is going to start soon, but generally the Saturn pre-shadow doesn't have much of a big say in the matter for Indian stock market. Only when it goes into retrograde and then it comes out of retrograde. During that period of retrograde, whatever gain it gets, it pretty much loses that gain towards the last to one third of the retrograde period. We'll talk about it maybe at a time when Saturn retrograde starts. It's going to be so much to discuss in the future, and we shall certainly discuss that. All the very best to you guys. Good luck to you. Be blessed by the divine. May the Almighty Force and our Guru always be there with you. Please subscribe to our channel and continue to share our Telegram link with all your friends and relatives and other traders to join so that we can continue to learn together and succeed in the Indian stock market with some wonderful insights into financial astrology. May the God Almighty Force and our Guru be with you. Good luck. Be blessed by the divine. World. Have a